What's up? What's up? What's up? Sean B. Stoller back in the building. We're gonna have that real conversation tonight. Okay? That real conversation tonight. I just got back from vacation. If you've been following my IG, you know what I mean? I was in Cancun, so we about to get into that and a few other things. My vacation out in Cancun, man. Had a good time, you know what I'm saying? Me and my lady, you know. A few of my relatives, my brothers, I got a few brothers, so we were all out there having a good time, man, in Cancun, you know. It is a developing country, so you got to be prepared for it, you know what I'm saying? But the flight, we took United. It was okay, you know what I mean? I was economy. Seats was a little tight, had a little TV, so, you know what I mean? It helped. It helped, but it still was a tight ride, though. It was too tight for me, man. But hey, 5 hours flight, to almost six. You know what I'm saying? To get from San Francisco to Cancun, straight flight. We had a straight flight there. Like I said, about 5.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Man, I wasn't feeling it though. You know what I mean? But we got there, got off the plane. I got a rental, which was cool. Because we stayed at the Residence Inn. Actually, the hotel Residence Inn was lovely. The distance from downtown sucked. Oh, I mean, it sucked for real, man. Going so one good thing it was about having the rental. It was easy, about 15-minute drive from the Residence Inn by the Marriott, all the way to the downtown area. I'll say about 15, a little bit under 20 minutes. A little bit of traffic, especially on was Saturday and Sunday. It was hectic getting down there, man. But I'll tell anybody, if you're not familiar with Cancun, make sure you get a lot of ones. Because everywhere you go, anybody help you with anything, they're expecting a tip. So you got to tip, $1 to $2. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like they did a good job, maybe five. But just be prepared for that when you go to Cancun. Excuse me, even getting off the plane, they have people waiting there for you. You know what I mean? They have them little, those chairs for you. They can wheel you down, to the front of to get you down to where you can either take a shuttle or to pretty much a shuttle, because you got to get a shuttle from the airport to either the rental place or a shuttle to your hotel. So yeah, as soon as you get off the plane, they expecting a tip. Okay. All right. When you go to the gas station in Cancun, they expecting a tip because you can't even pump your own gas in Cancun. You know what I mean? I was throwed off. I was like, hold up, man. Wait a minute. I can pump my own gas. They're like, oh, no, we'll pump it for you. So you know what that means? A tip. A tip. So be prepared. I tell anybody, I went down there probably with like 201s. I recommend at least about 301s, man. You may not spend it all, but I'm telling you, somebody gonna want a tip, man. So make sure you have your tips ready, because that's what they're gonna be expecting from you. Tip, 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 tip. You know what I mean? It'll get on your nerves, so be prepared for that. You gotta have the tips. But other than that, I had a good time. Me and my lady, we took the ferry over the Majestic Island. Had a good time over there. That kind of reminded me like a little bit of Frisco, because it was real tight places. Like the roads were pretty tight. A lot of people walking down. So yeah, Cancun is cool, but like I said, you have to be mentally prepared for it, because like I said, it's a developing country. So a lot of people don't make a lot of money from what I hear hourly. So they make their money off of the tips. So good when you get down there, have them ones, man. Have them ones. It's important. They're gonna be expecting a tip. Okay. Even when you go into the Cancun, the famous Cancun sign, you want to take a picture there, they instruct you how to park. Guess what they want? A tip. So be prepared, man. Be prepared. They're expecting a tip. But yeah, so it was just really, we had a good time. Um, Like I said, the hotel we was at, they had a pool on the top of the hotel, the rooftop pool, which was cool. If you check out my IG, Sean B stole it. I had took a picture up there. So a little stunt. You know what I mean? So I recommend, like I said, just when you get out there, have your tips ready and really figure out where you want to be on the strip. I mean, the rental was cool, right? The rental was cool, but the problem I had was parking. So you got to be prepared for that parking. You got to pay. They're gonna want 5, 10, sometimes $20, depending on what day of the week it is. The weekends, excuse me, they're going to be expecting a lot. So, and then plus the tip. So I would recommend, if you look for all inclusive, make sure it's in the downtown area because excuse me, you won't have to worry about really the tips because you can park at the hotel, or if you don't want to use a rental, that's fine too. I just like to have the rental for the fact I hate being just stuck in one area. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go, like we actually found a Walmart out there, which is nothing close to America. So when you get over there, that's another thing I want to stress. When you get over there, don't expect a lot of the amenities or a lot of the foods that you're familiar with in America to have that in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? They do not have it. Walmart, they don't even have regular CNH sugar, man. They have their own sugar. It's more a powdery base. I did see some grainy, but it's all in Spanish. So definitely get your Espanol game up. I recommend that because it is a culture shock, and also you got to be prepared uh, for the different type of foods, that they have there. That's nothing close to America. I mean, they didn't have a Hostess, man. I was looking for a Hostess cupcake. They had some other type of cupcake. I should have brought. You know what? I got a few in my bag. I brought with me. I should have put it on camera maybe next time. But yeah, get prepared. So when you go, for me, like I said, I like having a rental because I hate being stuck or just limited. I like being able to move around how I want to move. So for me personally, it was cool because the hotel I had a full kitchen. If you check my other videos, some of my short videos, I show you, where I was staying at, what the room looked like. So check that out. And yeah, so with the rental, I was able to go to Walmart, get a few things. We did go out to eat a few times, but also we cooked a lot. I cooked while we was there just to make my stomach feel better. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing. Going to another country, I'm not sure how they do their meats. I encourage, for you to really either get the all inclusive because I guess from what I hear, their style is more catered to a Western, to a United States type of fooding. So I recommend that. But if you prefer to cook your own like I did, definitely take your time. Like I said, if you go to the local Walmart, be prepared because a lot of the ingredients, the meats, how they cut their meats is definitely totally different than how we do it in the U.S. So that's why I said I'll visit other countries, but U.S. is where I want to be. I love United States. So, hey, I'll visit your country, but I'm going back home, man. Yada I mean, hey. But yeah, it was a good experience, a good getaway because like I always say, I work so extremely hard, take care of my home base, and also being able to do the things I like to do. So, so living in America, it do cost a lot, but there's a way you can make it happen. So if I can do it, any of y'all that's watching this video or will be watching this video, you can do it. Yeah, you. I'm looking at you. You can do it. Yada. Hey. So just a little base language, how we like to say sometimes. I'm 40 plus, so that's just something we used to say back then and still say now. That yada that I mean. So this a little saying we like to say, just like a, hey, what's up? But anyway, yeah, man. So Cancun, it was cool. It was cool. We stayed there for like 5 days. We enjoyed ourselves, but I was ready to come home. I was ready to come back to the U.S. You know, and it was really a good time. Had a good time. Me and my lady was able to, like I said, get a break from our regular routine, and that well needed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But trying to tell you, you got to get away. You gotta get away, you know. And if you're out here working hard, you gotta be able to eat off your fruits too. You know what I'm saying? Your fruits and your labor, you gotta eat off of that. And that's what I'm able to do. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage anybody that's out here working hard, taking care of their home base, taking care of the things, their responsibilities. You gotta take a break every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a 60 plus hour guy a week. You know, and I still found a way to get a break. So I encourage you to do the same thing to make sure your home base stays tight. You know what I mean? So that's important for your well-being and also to keep you motivated for the next move, for the next vacation. Hey, come on now. But another thing I want to touch on, like I said, when you go over there, especially in a developing country, you definitely want to make sure you have a nice little chunk of money with you. Especially having a small bills, I encourage. Definitely nothing too large. And then also, if you want to go, another thing I found out, you can actually go to your local bank, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and also get the currency of the country that you're going to. So, like I said, I went to Mexico, so we got the pesos. So I encourage to do that. I got about close to 500. I spent it all in pesos. Plus, I had a little, a few G's with me, but I didn't spend all my American cash, but I definitely spent all the pesos. So I encourage, what I'm saying, to set that up, have your money set up before you get there so you don't have to worry about having an issue with the banks. Because what I hear from YouTube, there's a lot of ATMs that will steal your information and withdraw all your money out your account. So be safe of that. That's what I heard on YouTube. Personally, I never experienced that, but I didn't, like I said, my first trip, I didn't use my ATM one time. I didn't use my ATM card. Did use the credit card to book the rental. And also for the hotel, I used my credit card. But as I was there purchasing things, I actually used either pesos or American dollars. Now, if you use American dollars, depending on where you go, they don't have change to give you back American dollars. They give it back to you in pesos. So you want to make sure you get familiar with the American dollar ratio compared to pesos because our dollar is worth more. So you definitely want to do your research, do your Googles on that so you can get familiar with it because you will get hustled. So you definitely want to protect yourself and at least have a better understanding of what the difference of the currency is and how greater the American dollar is. So another tip, definitely want to look into that before you go. And also try to pick up little Spanish words, like glacias, things like that, un momento, things you just want to pick up little words if you're not fluent. I'm not fluent, but I can say a few words, so I encourage that. Any country you're going to, you want to be somewhat familiar with the language because that'll definitely help you because everybody you talk to may not speak English, or speak very little English. So, yeah. And another thing I want to know, I did speak to a lot of Spanish people, Spanish folks out there. Um, and what I'm finding out, which is crazy for me, is that they don't drink Coronas and they saying that's a watered down beer. So I'm shocked because in America, a lot of my Spanish folks that I talk to here, uh, that's all they drink. You know what I'm saying? There's a Coronas all the time, a few other beers, but mostly Coronas. So I'm shocked that in Mexico they don't drink for the most part. I mean, there's a few out there, but for the most part they do not drink Coronas. So they're saying that's watered down. They don't drink that. So I'm trying to figure out who's the real Mexican here. You know what I mean? The ones in the U.S. or the ones in Mexico. You know what I mean? So that's a question I would like to know. You know. Is that true? Leave a comment. Anybody that's from Mexico, definitely leave a comment and let me know how do you feel about that. Because I met a few Spanish people out there, and that's what they were telling me. They do not drink Coronas, so I was kind of baffled with that, you know. But yeah, so I'm back in the States. You know what I mean? Back in the Bay Area. Yada what I mean? Hey, you know, back at it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So I know everybody working and, hustling and hustling, man, but if you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, man, you hustling backwards. Because you gotta slow down. You gotta take care of that home base. You know what I mean? You gotta, matter of fact, for your mental state, you need a break, man. You need a break. You need a break, lady. You gotta take your breaks. Now, of course, if you work hard as me, you won't get them that often, but they're well needed when you do take them. Gotta take your breaks. You know what I'm saying? Because what are you hustling so hard for? Why are you working so hard if you can't enjoy it? What are you doing? Like I said, I'm not saying do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta take care of your home base. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take them breaks. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes it, when you do come back to it, it makes you appreciate things a lot more greater. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look at things a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because you was able to get away and appreciate what you have and what you accomplish. So you got to take them breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm big on, like I said, self-motivation. And that's a motivation you got to have in there too. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you got to put in there. You can't just work, 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 work. Because you'll work yourself in the ground, man. You got to be able to take a break. It may not be going overseas, right? It may not be going international, but you got to take that break. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point in my life, it's nothing for me to put in 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I'm expected. My mentality is I'm expected to do that. You know what I mean? It's not something that somebody is pushing me to do. I do that because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not at that level yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working and putting money up and investing money, but I'm not in a position in life where I can just sit back and let my money grow while I don't do nothing. That's the end game. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I got a few investments. I'm working on some other things, real estate in the future, where I don't plan to work as much in the physical state that I'm doing now. You feel me? I'm still work, but it won't be at the pace that I'm going now because my money will be making money for me. You know what I mean? So that's the end game. You know what I'm saying? To keep the money flowing while I kick back and collect them revenues and get on the phone and call somebody that's taking care of my properties, taking care of my business, and I'm yelling at them if things is not correct the right way. You feel me? So that's the end game for me. But like I said, you hustle hard, you got a vacation just as hard. You feel me? You know what I mean? Because I only know about one life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about another life. I don't know about another body. So because you only got one life, you do got to work hard to achieve the things that you want to achieve, but you got to be able to enjoy them as well. You feel me? That's very important. And I'll tell you this though, you know, another thing I encourage, you need you a team. Because as hard as you work, hard as you grind, hard as you getting after it, you need a team. You need a home base. If you don't have one, you need to create one. You know what I'm saying? Especially to my men out there, you need a home base that's functional, that works with you, and that's there for you. Because at the end of the day, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing because everybody's position is different. When it comes to your home base, somebody may be working all the hours, but then somebody's taking care of the house. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everybody's role is important for your success. Excuse me. And that's the thing. You gotta have your home base straight, especially if you got kids involved. That's very important for having your home base taken care of, because it make you when you got to go to work. Guess what? That's what you're focused on. You're not focused on all these other issues, what's not being done, because you got a team that's surrounding you, that's helping you, guiding you. You know what I'm saying? And that's and what I mean by team is your partner, who you with. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you're dating, you're married to, you're in a relationship with. It's very important for y'all both to be on the same program. At least have an understanding. You know what I mean? So you can go out there and be great and do what you need to do. So you got to make sure your home base is taken care of. You feel me? That's important. You know what I mean? Because how can you be great when you worrying about everything else? How can you focus on your job, your career, your studies, if you got to worry about everything else at the house? Come on now. You got to feel me. So you got to take care of that home base. And that's what's important. Because even if you already had it tight, sometimes you got to retighten the bolts. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to go and, like I said, take trips. That's why I say tighten the bolts. I mean, taking trips. Okay, you may not can go overseas. Maybe if you're in the Bay Area, you can go to LA. Well, if you're in LA, you can go to the Bay. Just something you can do. You know what I mean? Just get out of town for the weekend, for the day. Go on a date. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of your home base, make sure it's straight, so you can be great. Because you're already great. You just got to magnify that. You know what I mean? Capitalize on that. You know what I'm saying? So if your home base is flowing the way it's supposed to flow, you can get out there and make things happen. Right? Come on now. Somebody got to feel me. It's important to have your home base straight. Very important. You know? Because that's one thing I look, and when I look at life, you know what I'm saying, and I analyze my situation, and some of my coworkers, a lot of them that's not where they want to be and where they need to be in life, is because their home base is not right. You know what I'm saying? They got this going on at the house, that going on at the house. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really focus. You know what I'm saying? On their craft, on their career, because they got so much. You know what I'm saying? So many things going on at home that they lose their focus. They can't get focused, or they limited with their focus ability. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you take care of that home base. It's important, man. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? And Alex said, if it's not the home base, it's your family. You stand with your family, same thing. Hey, I'm out here doing this, making things happen, working these hours. I need y'all to make sure certain things is taken care of for me, so I can go out there and continue to be great. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. You trying to reach your full potential, right? You want to stay at a high elevated level, right? You got to make sure your home base is straight. You know what I'm saying? That's what's important. So take key to that. And if you peep game, you peep game. And go be great. You know? But yeah, man. So that vacation, back to the vacation, it was cool. It was cool. You know? Well needed. But like I said, if you go to Mexico, be prepared, because the flow, the vibe is totally different than the US. Totally different type of speed. And like I said, it's a developing country, so I can't stress that enough. You got to really mentally be prepared for what you're about to experience. Like I said, if you stay at the all inclusive and you just stay at the hotel or in that area, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But once you want to venture out, go a little further into on the hotel zone strip, you'll start to see the difference. So I encourage you, like I said, be prepared mentally and have your ones ready. Because they gonna want a tip. You valet your car, park out. When we went to what was it, the Crab House. Went to the Crab House. I pulled up. I said, okay, how much is the park? He said, oh no, I work for tips. So have them ones ready, man. You know what I'm saying? Have them ones ready, because they expecting a tip. So like I said, get you a stack of them. For the ones who for the dudes and the ladies that like to go to the strip club, just like how you get those ones over there. When you go over to Mexico, have them ones ready, because when they do any service for you, they gonna want a tip, 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 tip. Make it a mix, tip, 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 tip. Can I get a tip, 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 tip? Yeah, shout out to Mexico though. What up? But yeah, man, had them ones ready. But like I said, the home base is important.